people, everyday average Joe people like yourself who
Yes.
invest, got together and bought some GameStop stock,
Okay.
and it made everything else throwed off.
Everybody, next time y'all decide to get together like that, or if there's a group out there who wants to get
Call
together,
me.
call me too, because I'm trying to run it up. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been watching all
Yeah.
types of videos. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'm going to encourage you, get out there. I know that you think that you need a ton of money. There's so many YouTube videos.
Right. You
I was
don't.
talking about the Clubhouse app. They talk about stocks on there.
Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, I do have to say this. I still haven't had my complete verdict on Clubhouse because there's a ton of people on there talking about stuff. But then when you go and research them and look them up,
They ain't
where are
got
your
nothing.
clients? Where are your whatever? You sound really intelligent.
Well, in their mind, maybe they are intelligent.
And they are probably giving really good information, but now it's kind of like I feel like
You
they
want the
need to
receipts.
tweak it to where I need to see your credentials before
Right.
I jump on your symposium, if you will.
Got you.
And you're sitting here teaching me all this stuff about stocks and whatever else,
And you
but
don't have
it's
any
self-learned
receipts.
information. But sometimes those are the smartest people.
True. Very true. Very, very true. So yeah, right now there's a war going on because these commoners are, as the billionaires are saying, because they've lost so much money.
Okay,
So they're pissed.
they would be,
Moving on.
but it's time.
It is. It's
We
time
got-
for a shift.
We got now. How about
We
that?
got
we
next.
got now.
Yeah,
No,
I like
now.
that.
We
Now.
got now.
That's right. We have now.
We're
God
gonna make
dog
those t-shirts. Make sure you pop on to I'm Just Saying .live, which is our website. Catch all the information, all those events that we attend. They're right there on I'm Just Saying .live, and maybe you can get you a We Got Now t-shirt. How about that?
How about that?
I'll make sure I print those up. Write it in the notes.
Let me write that down.
All right, what we got up next? I see we got Trump, and more
Oh
Trump.
my God.
How is he
Why?
still whittling his way
Why?
into the news?
I don't understand.
He did his walk off in a sulk, leaving the White House
Leaving.
like this.
I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
His wife, he wouldn't even let his wife have her last little tea party with the new,
Oh,
with-
really?
wait,
Oh.
with the new wife, if you will.
Oh.
He would not allow her. She said she would have been fine to have, the final tea
yeah,
party
'cause
and invite
she's-
her into the White House.
Absolutely.
Would not allow her
Wow.
to have the tea party.
Adult tantrum.
That part.
So apparently, Trump has opened an office of the former president to issue statements from Palm Beach as he remains barred from social media. So he got barred from social
Yes.
media. They should have done that a long time ago.
Well, he's the president. You
But
can't tell
I
him
don't
that he can't be
care.
on social media making rants and raves. He
But
is the leader of the free world.
But some of the things he said, you saw he ensued a riot,
He-
allegedly. Excuse me,
No,
I have to say allegedly.
It ain't alleged. It's not alleged. He just
It's not
hasn't been.
alleged.
He just has not been prosecuted for it yet. Okay.
Well, you have to say allegedly until they are prosecuted.
Yeah.
You can't say he's been convicted of.
Did y'all see my face?
Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly. Okay.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So,
this office, what is this office gonna do? Like, why? Is
So
he even,
it's called the Office of the Former President.
do we know what the
No,
mission of this office is?
We don't know.
He
he just does
He's
stuff
just trying to stay in
He's-
the media, ladies
stay in
and
the
gentlemen.
limelight.
That's what he's
it.
doing.
That's what he's doing.
It's okay. People with money can do that. This goes to show you, I have said this several times, here in America, we have now let everybody know that you can pay to be what you want.
That's true.
Even if that includes being the president of the United States. If you line up the right team, you can do it.
You too can be president.
Y'all know I'm all about the motivation. Okay, you can do it.
Who
Get your
wants a
money. Get
positive
your money together. Win
motivation?
the lotto. Do whatever you need to do, and you can do it.
Hey, it's the American dream, right?
Oh my
That's what they
goodness.
say.
Okay, I see some other stuff here in
Yes.
regards to President Biden.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about him for just a little bit.
Yeah, because we have to give him props because Trump gave us drama every day, so we have to give President Biden something. So
He's
he
giving
has-
me drama every day. I told you that Keystone project, pipeline project is still on the back of my mind.
with Biden.
I hear my conscience call telling me I need
Oh my gosh.
that part.
So apparently, President Biden has put a halt on private prisons who were getting let me make sure I say it right, 2.3 billion with a B
Mhm.
in government funding. private prisons.
Y'all have been allowing them to take part in your lives for way too long. Now that COVID is here, I would really like to see some statistics and numbers in regards to the amount of people being incarcerated for these heinous crimes, if you will, you know, because the numbers should have gone down, right?
They should have.
It should go. I'm gonna check that out. Watch when we're on the. You know, I've got this computer right here. I might do it now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would like to see, because they should be losing money. I'm gonna tell you this. You know that show For Life that 50 Cent has, right? Mm-hmm. It does definitely dip into a lot of this little sneaky information. So if you are not a fan of For Life, you need to go catch up. And then you need to watch it. They have even started incorporating the masks and everything like that, and talk about COVID and how rampant it was in the prison system, and why they didn't want to let people know that people were in there dying, and they were releasing people without letting the public know.
Really?
All this. Yes, it is very detailed about the stuff. So if you're interested in knowing those little behind the scenes stories like that about real things going on,
that sounds interesting.
Go watch For Life. It's telling us a little bit of details. Yeah. So
I can check that one out.
I know that.
Talk about conspiracy theory.
Oh my goodness.
And so the last thing I wanted to touch on was that Walgreens names Roz Brewer, who was the COO of Starbucks, as the new CEO. And she is an African-American woman. So cheers to Miss Roz Brewer. That's a big deal. Round of applause.
Right here from I'm Just Saying, we want to give you a round of applause for that, definitely, you know, because we're making strides, ladies and gentlemen. Don't say that we're not trying. We might get knocked down, but we're definitely picking up the pieces.
Get up.
I'm picking up the pieces.
Pick up the pieces.
And again, that's why I'm here to encourage, pick up the pieces, to encourage y'all each and every single day. You know, I have to add a little funny piece in here. I don't know where you worked it in here, but let me tell you.
It's in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move him to the front. The pastor.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the second page.
Listen, I see it down there. You know, we're talking about picking up the pieces. That's why I had to go there. A pastor. I'm not going to even tell you where he was. I'm not going to tell you his name because I'm embarrassed of him right now. He asked his congregation for each of them to give $1,000 donation.
A whole grand.
Okay? A grand. And that's fine if your church needs it. You know, my church has a college now.
Right.
So they probably need funding to do certain different things, even though I'm sure Lone Star College gave them tons of money as well.
Right.
But here's the thing. You asked each one of them for $1,000. Not only did they have an uproar in the church, but they went to blows. They started fighting in the church. Y'all whole congregation need to be put in the trash.
Oh,
you know, because are you serious?
That's
you
crazy.
Couldn't just say, well, this boy done lost his mind. You know, I'm going to sit there in my seat and look at everybody else. It's cool if y'all want to get $1,000. Y'all don't know what people's situation is. But to go to blows?
Yeah. But maybe that wasn't his first time asking.
I want to know how it popped off. Somebody probably said, this crazy.
Just
under their breath. They probably said it under their breath. The person next to him was like, don't talk about my pastor like that. And then it just got set off, you know? I just want to know.
I wish we had video for that.
What incited the riot? Did Trump send a text, you know? Like, what happened?
Oh,
what made
gosh.
you fight in the church? I know your
church.
mama, your grandmama, your great-grandma all told you about respecting the church.
Yep.
Not to be cutting the fool in the church.
She said
y'all had an entire fight like that broke out. Other people started getting involved.
A brawl.
In church.
That's crazy.
I just can't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is I'm Just Saying. When we come back, we have a special guest. We've shown you some of his work before, but today we had him pop in so he could talk all about it live right here on I'm Just Saying Live, and we'll be right back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back right here at IJS Live. Please remember to follow all our social medias because we can't get enough of you. Ain't that right?
Sure can.
And we can't get enough of highlighting people who we feel like are hustlers out here. And we've got one of them right here with us today. We have Thaddeus, the creator. Tell him how to spell Thaddeus because we had a joke about that. Remember at the thing? He said this is the proper way to spell.
Oh,
Thaddeus.
Yeah, like a few different ways.
Correct.
A biblical way. I felt it.
THADDAEUS, so it's the AE part. Some people just put
that
E.
part.
Yeah.
That is the real.
Thaddeus. So your name is biblical.
It is.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Thaddeus, welcome to I'm Just Saying this morning.
Well, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know that we did highlight him here in his art from the Do the Right, Thing, mural that he had. So we wanted to introduce you to the person behind that. We did do a little brief interview, but man, we want to really get into the nitty gritty today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did put a couple of things in the message that was sent out or whatever in regards to art and its importance, you know, not only to our community, but to kids, right? I want to ask you first off, just so we don't forget this piece, how important do you think art programs are in school? Because a lot of them have been cut back right now.
I honestly think it's probably one of the most important things because everything else, I feel like it just kind of dwindles the personality kind of the whole day. Kids in school just being told what to do, how to do it. So the art programs in our class kind of give them a chance to be expressive, give them the chance to truly find themselves, and that way, you know, it's less disciplinary actions and things like that going on between kids that take those classes. You know, they're a lot more calm. I feel like they can focus a lot better with things. So I think that is what is important.
All right. So tell me a little bit about how you very first got started. We want to know about way back when you picked up that crayon and somebody realized this boy got a little talent, what's going on here? So tell us a little bit about that.
To be honest, I got started drawing Dragon Ball Z characters, kind of like most kids, some type of cartoon character, Looney Tunes. I was doing a lot of just little drawings for myself and for my friends at school. I was one of those kids that went to a school that didn't offer any art program or anything like that. So it was just kind of pure passion for me, kind of growing up.
So kids, if you don't have it, or parents, if their school doesn't have it, don't kill their dream. Let them do it all at home. Let them foster it. They're gonna find a way to make it to that spot anyway.
You're right.
Okay, keep going. Who are your biggest supporters growing up?
My sister.
Okay.
Yeah, she's only 1 year apart, but we feel like we're like 15 years apart, right? I always feel like she always had her life together, and
bosses you around.
Yeah, she is the boss.
She's your mama, actually. Yeah. You know how that goes. I thought that I was my little brother's mom as well.
Yeah, she's the only girl and 3 boys, and she's the boss.
Yeah.
She tells us what to do. We all look to her as the leader of all of us. Yeah.
Okay, well that's great. I love family and I love support, and people who stick close together. Bridget, did you have any questions that you
I just wanted to know, how did you maintain that passion for art, because they didn't offer it in school? I know you said your sister was your biggest support. Was that part of it, or you were just determined?
I was determined to get out of my situation and make a better life for myself. So I always knew I was talented, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to be. I just know I wanted to do art. So it changed. I used to want to be a cartoonist. Then I discovered what graphic design was growing up. So I was like, I changed it to that. And that's kind of what I went to college for to begin with. And then I eventually went to studio art. But yeah, it was just wanting better for my life. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's another teaching moment. Everything does not always go as planned, and when it does, don't be afraid to change, because sometimes those things are just not for you. He said several different things right here that he tried and was like, well, I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Don't be afraid to pick up the next piece of the puzzle, because all of those things will make you. He has become really phenomenal. He's hot here in Houston. Let's talk about the culture of art in Houston.
Okay.
Before this year, if you will, do you feel like there was a real market for your type of art here in Houston? Because I've really not seen that much. I've seen a lot of murals. I've been invited to a couple of art things, but now it starts to seem like there's more of a culture taking over.
Yeah, you're right about that. I think since I've been in the field for like the past 7 years, I've been able to see the progression of it. Because before it was mostly just other artists, but now it is expanding here in Houston more and more, even with the Sawyer Yards right in the Heights, where it's the 3rd largest compound where within square footage of artists that congregate. Yeah, it's like a bunch of studios there. So the culture here is growing. It's becoming more like a New York, I feel, and a LA when
fashion
it comes to
is
culture.
also growing.
Yeah.
You're right.
Production,
as well.
More TV shows are being shot here. Like, it's becoming something like similar to Atlanta too.
Okay.
I think the art culture here is growing. As far as my art, the installation art, that is something I think is new here, and I'm happy to be one of the groundbreaking people of it. It was a lot more people before me, but I think I'm trying to be one that's a little bit more innovative and thinking more outside the box when it comes to that.
Right. So if you guys have not seen his art, please go check him out on social media. Also, remember that you can pop over to 5015. In light of the situation right now, we'll talk about that part. We'll talk about that part later. Okay. Pop over to 5015. He has a huge installation there that is beautiful. It is fun. It is everything. It's so bright colors. Like, I just loved it when I saw it. So I think that you will enjoy it as well. Remember, get out there, support your local artist. We did go to another art thing, so I know that the culture is growing here, especially in the African American community, if you will. There's been tons of ways to get seen. So if you're out there and you're hiding in the shadows, now is your time. Okay, now is your time. So, would you have to say to those little youngsters that are out there that do like to draw and sketch and do all these things about growing and kind of cultivating you?
I think the best advice is just to keep doing it and stay consistent. And whatever you find that works best for you, you stick to it. You don't let anybody ever change that, but you stay open to evolving and learning.
Which is what you just said to kind of allude to that. So speaking of evolving, I want to talk to you about your passion project, Project Forward.
Yes.
What's that about?
So the Power Forward project is a beautification project. I will be trying to get approved by the city of Ville Platte, Louisiana, which is my hometown. And it's to beautify a basketball court, which is next to a recreational center, the Martin Luther King Recreational Center.
Okay.
So I want to theme it around him as well as inspiration on the courts.
Okay.
Yeah, because being where I'm from, athletics is one of the only outlet people have there. Basketball, track, these things are just the only way people think they can get out of that place most of the time.
And that's a lot in small towns. A lot of times, people have pushed people so much into these sports. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because with COVID going on and people being afraid to allow their kids to play sports, they had to rethink that.
Right.
Art is definitely something that you can do alone, that you can still have a lot of fun, and it releases a lot of the stress from being pent up, cooped up in these houses with your family that you haven't had to do that with. So you need to be able to get away. So art is definitely one of those things, and going to pretty places, taking a photo, because everything is about photos, everything is about social media right now. I hope that you get it approved, because then they'll have a new place to go take some selfies. It will bring it'll bring people to the area, which brings money, So that would be awesome for you to be able to get done. So good luck on that.
I hope you get approved. And what is the basis of it that you
what's
hope
your plans
to get out to the community?
Well, my hope is to give them a new sense of value. So that, because whenever I go back to this town and it's nothing but abandoned buildings, trash on the road. It looks just really old and worn out. The crime rate is rising. Every time I hear about my hometown in the news, it's something bad. There's somebody getting killed. There's a money deficit. There's people fighting against each other. There's racism. There's all these things, and it's nobody coming in to change anything or to make it different. So I'm like, I can start with something by just adding a different aesthetics to this part of town to make people feel a new sense of value. And that way, not just for everybody, but specifically my community, because nobody really doing that for us. So I want to be able to be that person.
That is one of my mottos, that I always try to remember: the place that made me great.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. Is one of my things. You got to go back. Like, I know that all of us, get it in us. We want to spread our wings. We leave and go to all these other places. And then what made us who we are, all of those pieces that came about, we leave it behind. You've got to remember to go back and take care of your hometown, because that's where you came from. There are several other kids out there just like you. Just think if you would have had that extra push, that extra piece of help, or that mural or whatever that inspired you to do something great. Yeah. You've got to have those pieces. So thank you so much for looking back and to the future at the same time.
That's true. That's true. So tell people how they can get in touch with you, how they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Instagram as Thaddeaus _ the creator. So again, that's THDDAEUS _ the creator. Also on Facebook, Thaddeaus Arvie. On my website, creativelyinsaneart.com.
Okay, now when we go and visit this website, what's on this website? Can we purchase things? Give us a little explanation of what we'll see when we get there.
So it's basically just a simple website where you see most of my work from the past, things that I've done, and it is a few things you can purchase on there. I will have my Power Forward project tab on there where you can donate to the project, and you will see updated progression on it as it comes along. So other than that, it's just pretty much things I've done.
I
so
saw
far.
him. I saw him bent over like with a torch, like. I was like, wow, look, he is getting really serious. So tell me about some of the things, like when people say art. Everybody is just thinking paintbrush and some strokes on a canvas.
Yep.
True.
That
So
is
much
definitely not what you're getting
No.
here, okay? When I say, you may not understand, but once you go and check it out, you will definitely get it. When I saw that with that torch, like I said, tell us about some of the different things that you use to make these massive creations, if you will.
So I'm gonna start by saying, growing up, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, you can draw, I can draw too." I'm like, no.
You say no.
I can do more than that. I'm a creator. There's a difference, So I like to build things myself. So I've collected these tools over the years. Every Christmas, I ask my parents for some type of tool for my career.
And I'm not gonna lie, looking at you, you know how people, I'm not saying that I was judging, but I'm just saying you would never think that you were like a hands-on guy. You don't. You don't seem like, because you're very quiet and reserved, and it doesn't seem like I could just see you, chopping wood and going in the back, doing things like that. But all of us do it. We can't help but to do those things.
Yeah.
But that's how there's a gift coming from somewhere, because I wouldn't think that he want to get his hands dirty. So
that's a common misconception about me. People used to call me a pretty boy a lot, but I never really felt like that. But growing up in the country, everybody worked with their hands, and my dad, he liked to consider himself a jack of all trades. He welds, he builds. I literally
There's
seen
the
him.
legacy in this piece, ladies and gentlemen,
Well,
passing those skills down, and look where it got you.
Yeah.
So you work with a lot of different tools, mediums, if you will, and you create phenomenal things. A lot of times I saw on the art, you have incorporated things like, because the one we went to visit was Do the Right Thing. I saw in some of the other art, what are some other things that you've kind of used for inspiration?
Mostly lately it's been a lot of pop culture. I think that nostalgic feeling has been prominent in a lot of things. We see it in movies, concerts now, the Millennial Tour, everything. Everybody wants to feel that nostalgic feeling back in the 90s mostly now, or just when things felt good to you. Yeah. So I think that's where I put a lot of that inspiration now, especially for myself. I think kind of reminiscing back on some of those times for me is just helping me get through today's time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot say this enough. Remember to do you, because there is only one of you, okay?
Only one.
You never know where your skills and traits are gonna lead you. You've changed up the game, though. I'm sure you're making some big money now with all the, I'm gonna have to ask him for, some cash after this. Big money, big places. I'm sure that you're not gonna just stop here. Like he said, he's going on to do his project in Louisiana. And I can't wait to see it. Make sure that we know all about what you have going on. Please tell them one more time where they can follow you on social media.
All right, follow me on Instagram. Again, that's THADDAEUS _ the creator. On Facebook at Thaddeaus Arvie, and creativelyinsaneart.com.
Creatively insane. Okay, we always like to think that means crazy, but it also means hot and popping.
It means crazy.
She gonna take it back. I was trying to clean it up a little bit.
It means crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is I'm Just Saying. Remember that we are here at 415 West Gray Street. If you have somebody that you think should be highlighted on this show, just like Thaddeaus, the creator, please, please, please. All you have to do is DM us. We are too happy to accept the invitation, and we would love to have you and introduce our friends, family, and followers to your people. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually. because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay?
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is I'm Just Saying. I am your host, Simply Dr. Neil, and my co-host is with the mostest.
This is me, Bridget.
Please follow all of our social medias, but make
them.
sure you definitely follow I'm Just Saying live on Facebook and at IJS Live on Instagram. Okay,
Yep.
I cannot ask you to do that enough. Okay, please, we need to run up our numbers. We need to let everybody know how much you like and love us. Please make sure that you post your comments, because we have a touchy subject later in the show that you are super
touchy.
It's gonna be a little touchy.
Touchy.
Let's just say that we like touchy here on I'm Just Saying. Okay, Bridget, what we got up next?
So now we are rolling over to entertainment news or interesting finds with yours truly.
Yes, with Bridget.
So I want to start out with giving kudos to President Biden, because they are expeditiously, y'all heard that word? Expeditiously trying to get Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill.
Oh, are we revisiting that?
We are revisiting that.
That's
Obama started it first.
Okay.
Trump put it on hold.
Okay.
And then Biden and his...
Did he put it on hold, or he canceled it? Because I think he just canceled.
He put it on hold. He couldn't cancel it because President Obama had already kind of made it, put it in the works.
Yes.
So he just put it on hold, did not revisit it. And then Biden is trying to move forward with that. And in a way, it makes me wonder if he's really trying to get brownie points with with African Americans.
Well, but you know that at this point, brownie points are needed because here we are again. Democrats get back in office and they're doing more for gay rights than they are for the African American culture. Even after we had a year full of turmoil.
Wow.
And we have, you know, a vice president that is partially black. And you still went to help out the gays first. Is there nothing that we have on the board that we need to sign an order on? The military, you know, here we are again. I feel like the hazing and the whatever else, you're giving people more ways to get in trouble.
Yeah, than not.
To get in trouble. It always causes a problem. Always. Every single time, because you have not taken time to fix the culture and the mindset of people before you start forcing things in on people. There needs to be some sensitivity training and some different things going on prior to
exactly. I agree.
Just signing an order and saying, okay, well go ahead.
This is what we're going to do.
And then those people are going to be hurt. Those people, you know, I don't like that.
And you know, there's resistance there because they don't want to do it. Now you're trying to tell me what to do. You didn't offer me any training. You didn't set me up for it. You didn't offer. Okay, I was going to go, but I'm not. I was going to say something, but I'm not.
Well,
anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Moving on. So I just had some interesting facts about Harriet Tubman, that her name was Amanita Ross. I did not know that.
What does Amanita mean? By any chance?
I don't know what that means, but it was a slave name, and so when she got married, her husband's name was Tubman.
They did a whole movie on that.
Oh, they did, but I never saw it.
And they didn't even. You didn't see the Harriet Tubman movie?
I did not.
It was okay.
I heard it was really good.
It was okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very truthful about whether I think things need to be on the high end of the spectrum or the low, because we are Libras, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we are.
Get your birthday gifts ready. When October comes through this year, I need some showering coming, you know, to the studio. It was okay. There were several pieces that I did not like, you know, because they made it seem as if she was really just going back for her man.
No.
In the movie.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right, but they had to Hollywoodize it though. That's what I call it.
They had to do that, and I understand that gives it a little flair, a little movie piece or whatever like that. True. But if we're going to be reflecting, we need to reflect the truth.
Exactly.
That's
about the problem
that.
now.
Yes.
We don't know our history.
Because we're confused and don't know. And then when you try to aim at going and do research, there is so much stuff out there that is not correct.
Exactly.
That you don't know where to go.
You don't know where to go.
My kids' school is definitely trying to incorporate their Black history. Nice. One of my friends, Jamila Thomas, actually went down to Austin, did the speech about incorporating Black history into the schools for Dallas, right? Got that approved. Now I've noticed, you know, they have been talking about the Michael Jordans. They have been talking about the Underground Railroad at the Catholic school in Tomball. So we are definitely making strides. I keep telling y'all, we're pushing forward. And I think like how we were talking about just a few minutes ago with sensitivity training, when these kids who have learned at an early age that these things even exist.
Right.
I went to private school. I never heard anything about the Underground Railroad until I was, you know, in high school.
Yeah.
So when they learn those pieces and maybe somebody's interested and becomes a historian or whatever else, and they start digging and actually finding those things, that's how we change the culture right there.
You just have to start young.
Yep. That's how we do it.
So how she got her name was that when she got married, her husband's last name was Tubman, and then she decided to drop her slave name, which was Amanita, and took on her mother's name, which was Harriet.
Okay.
So that's that little fun fact there for you guys.
I like fun fact. Look at this girl over here working this entertainment news.
Anyway, so
video.
Also, you want to roll?
No, I was.
Oh,
sorry. I can't get his attention.
So I don't know if you guys know Baywatch. I grew up in the 80s, although I was born kind of like the last decade of the 70s, or the 60s rather.
Everybody knows the swimsuits that say Baywatch. So
yeah.
Hopefully you're good. And it's spelled B-A-E on it.
Exactly. It is. Not B-A-Y-W-A-T-C-H.
That part.
But Pamela Anderson has gotten married yet again. This is number 5 for her. And this is her bodyguard. His name is Daniel Hayhurst.
He's been protecting that thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was protecting her, and then, you know, he's really protecting her now.
Okay.
Moving
All
on.
right. Wow.
And I don't know if most of you know, and I'm aging myself here, but Cloris Leachman, who was the star on One Day at a Time, she was the mother to the lady Valerie Bertinelli, Phillips McKenzie, I think was her name.
Okay.
Mackenzie Phillips, I'm sorry. She played the mom, and she played a lot of other roles. But anyway, she is now transitioned at the age of 94.
Okay.
And the last thing I have is that this was hilarious.
What?
The former first family flew coach.
What? Are you serious?
I'm very serious. Eric Trump flew back to New York in coach. The first family fun times are over. No more Air Force One.
He was already rich and had his own planes, though. I cannot believe he was on a regular plane in coach. Who saw this?
Coach.
I need a picture.
TMZ.
Girl, I need a picture.
Hilarious.
I'm going on TMZ today just for
there.
this.
Big.
What?
In coach.
And he had his wife with him.
Yep. The whole family.
Looking phenomenal and
In
sitting
coach.
up there.
In coach.
Wow.
So I'll end it there, ladies and gentlemen.
Girl, if I was on that plane, boy, I would have just been walking past the whole time. Like,
look, I would have been doing this.
Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Trying to get a picture.
Oh my gosh, you got to be extra petty. You see
And
the president? I don't
Come
believe
on.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
They still have to protect him at a certain whatever. He was not.
Coach.
That
Yes, he
got to be
was.
fake news.
No, he's in coach.
Oh my God.
He's in coach.
Oh Lord. That should have been on social unrest.
Right?
Because I know his spirit was at war with itself at that very moment. I know, baby, you would not ever. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wanted to save that for last.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot. Okay, so let's do social unrest and then we'll get into some movies, okay?
So I'm wondering if what happened at the Capitol is going overseas, okay? Overseas. So there's these angry farmers. They stormed India's Red Fort and challenged to Modi. I don't know if that's pronounced right or not, but that's what it says. It says challenge to Modi. Tens of thousands of protesting farmers marched, rode horses, and drove long lines of tractors into India's capital, breaking through police barricades to storm the historic Red Fort. When you see the pictures, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the same raid on the Capitol.
Okay, because now you know what to do when you want to overturn something or you want to make whatever. America set the example.
Set the
third
example.
war, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Third world
Third
country.
world
I said
country.
third ward. So sorry. Third world countries are definitely going to do this. They took their tractors. They took their horses. Can we blame them?
No.
Can we
But
talk
they
about
rolled
them? Can
through.
we talk about them? No, we cannot.
You can't.
We cannot, because y'all
We
walked
set the
y'all's
example.
butts up there and went through the White House, and now everybody feels like it's okay.
Hey,
That's the way to overturn.
America
something.
did it. We can do it.
We can do it too. They pulled together. You know, I can't be mad at them. They pulled together. They did their thing. You know, I've
to make
always
their
said
point.
this. I'm not like the overly militant, whatever.
Right,
I
me
just like
neither.
to speak facts when it comes to stuff like that.
Mhm.
And period. We set an example for it. Other people are going to follow suit. These are going to create other issues as to where we have to get involved.
Yep.
We're always making problems for ourselves, minding somebody else's business. Mind your own business. Let's mind our business here, get some of our stuff situated and straight.
Yep. Then maybe we can get something done. Then. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are to our movie scoop. Now, Rashette had a good one, but I have to tell y'all about this because I was completely caught off guard when I saw Cutthroat City.
Oh,
if you have not seen this little movie, it is a doozy. D. Ship Jr., who played Tupac, is one of the lead characters in this movie.
Okay.
It does have a little art piece in it. That was one of the reasons why one of the boys is an artist.
Okay.
There's a musician in here. It is set in Louisiana after Hurricane Katrina, and it kind of shows about these boys and their struggle trying to get back to normal life. And they were like, we were broke then and we're even broker now. It come to find out that the lower Ninth Ward didn't have running water and lights for almost 5 to 7 years after Katrina.
In New Orleans.
They just never went back and repaired it, and people were still living there.
Are you serious?
This is a movie that you need to see. The soundtrack
Oh my
is also
gosh.
phenomenal. I found a song on there that I really, really liked. So if anybody's looking for a wedding song, there's one on there that is really nice. Or if you just like R&B, you know.
Hey.
So that part, but it was really good. So tell me a little bit about the show that you were telling me about.
So Denzel Washington's son is John David Washington, is acting quite a bit because I was so
Did you see his football TV show?
No.
Oh gosh, he's been doing a lot.
Okay,
so
I didn't know.
He was a football player.
So do you think he's taking after his dad or better than his dad?
It's probably just in him. You know, a lot of times those traits come from a family having really great memories for lines and X, Y, and Z.
Gotcha.
He's been watching his father all his life.
Yeah.
You know, whether we've seen him in the limelight or not, we did not.
Nope,
he was very
didn't.
much so hidden. But he's been right there all the way through.
And you know, he did it on his own because I saw an interview with him and his dad, and Denzel was like, he didn't want me to help him at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he said, John David himself said, you know, does it help that my dad is Denzel Washington? Yes. However, everything that he's gotten, he got it on his own merit.
And he's actually a really great actor.
Yeah, he is a good actor. So he has a movie coming out with Zendaya or Zendaya. I don't know.
They say she says on Verified Zendaya.
Okay, Zendaya. Please correct me because they will come after you for her.
Yeah.
But it's called Malcolm and Maria. It's a new movie that's coming out with the two of them, and they said that it was a really good movie. But what the Up in Arms was about was that they filmed it during the pandemic, and so I don't understand why it's such a big deal. I'm sure
Are they kissing a lot?
I don't know, but I'm sure it is because it's about a filmmaker and his girlfriend discussing their past relationship while returning home from a movie premiere. So that should be interesting.
It should be very interesting. It sounds like something that I would definitely want to watch.
Yeah. And it comes out on the 29th.
Let's talk about recording during the pandemic and different people being around and X, Y, and Z. I'm sure all the people, the extras and whatever else probably had on masks. Now they're starting to incorporate masks and whatever else into these movies. So I would have to see it before I could judge them on whether or not they should have been doing this.
But know this though, everybody had to be tested before they could get on the set. So that's something that I do know. They had to be tested, and you know, it was a regular thing. And
were they living in a bubble?
Yeah, they had to stay in a bubble.
Okay.
While they were filming.
Okay.
That some of these athletes didn't do what was supposed to. Anyway.
Don't try to put it on the athletes. Don't try to go back to that.
I'm just saying. But anyway, so yeah, I would like to see that too, because even with the rappers, some of the newer songs coming out, they talk about COVID and they talk about a mask, and so I was kind of impressed with that because I heard it at the event that we were at. So
wear your mask, stay safe. Ladies and gentlemen, we definitely wear our masks. Y'all see our set is kind of set apart. I was feeling like I had my back to everybody over here when the guest was up here, you know, trying to be intuitive. I mean, not intuitive, but trying to be engaged, trying to look at him and, you know, get a feel for him. But we've definitely got lots of strides and bounds to make. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your mask on. Stay safe. Get cute with them. It is what it is. I'm just saying. We'll be right back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
I'm trying not to lose my head.
Hey, this is the Talk About Unity show where I bring the talk.
And I bring the unity.
And together we talk about unity. Unity is what matters.
Come on.
And right now in our country, that's what we've got to do. So we do that here at Talk About Unity on the Edge Radio Network. Be with us every week.
It's going to be awesome. It always is. And I tell you what, the more we seek first to understand, then be understood, we make progress.
And we like to do that. And that's why everybody's on the brink. We love what we do at Edge Radio because everybody's on the edge. We bring them back from the edge and we bring the unity. So we're just glad to Edge Radio Network every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Talk about unity because here at Edge Radio Network, truth still matters.
Tired of not getting what you want in bed?
Are you ready to spice things up behind those closed doors?
Woo! We're here for you every hump day at 7 p.m.
This is Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. I'm Jennifer Reeves.
And I'm Hendrik Scott, and we are professional licensed sex therapists.
So remember to watch us Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Edge Radio TV, just in time for sexy time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is I'm Just Saying, where we love our friends with benefits. Make sure that you check us out at I'm Just Saying .live.
Yes,
on the interwide web. Okay,
yes.
We are always searching for hot stories and interesting mess. Look. Interesting mess. Okay, we like the mess here on I'm Just Saying. You know, we are to the part of the show where we do our touchy subject, but before we get into the touchy subject, we need you to get set up. We need to make sure that you and your friends are all on the live, because when I read it, that's that. You know, I always try to reiterate it and make sure that you know what's going on, but we definitely want your comments on Facebook Live. So get on Facebook Live right now, whether you go through the Edge or you go through I'm Just Saying, do it now. Do that part now.
I don't want to miss it.
Now, Brigitte, during the break, we were talking about something that needed to be discussed about Houston.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. I wish we had that, you know,
the ticker roll across the
screen. It should scroll across the bottom of the screen.
Breaking
news. Official.
It's official.
It's official. Deshaun Watson has asked to leave the Houston Texans. He has put in a formal request. How do you feel about that? Even after your mayor got on his knees. No, he wasn't on his knees. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to say that. He was begging, though.
But he was begging.
The mayor was begging. Even after the mayor said something, you still couldn't repair this relationship, Deshaun.
But the writing was on the wall. You saw it.
It wasn't on the wall. It was on every single news channel that this boy. I'm like, who leaked the secret? You know, who leaked it?
You know, somebody leaked it. But why else would Mayor Turner commence to begging?
Because that meant they knew. It meant they knew that it was going.
Yeah.
So, did it say where he was interested?
Did not. Just said he's officially requested.
Just want to go.
I'm out.
Ooh, that's bad when you just want to leave.
Yeah,
you know,
just packing my stuff. packing that
Whoa.
raggedy old duffel bag, getting on the road.
Well, Houston, I know that y'all have been talking about Dallas for quite some time, but looks like we're going to be
Dallas
in better
still
shape
sucks.
than y'all is next year, unless y'all can pull
Dallas
up
still
a
sucks.
Patrick Mahomes, which I don't think is going to happen because it looks like, people here in the city are disgruntled. Right now
To
we
say
got a
the
lot
least.
of disgruntled athletes.
Yep.
This is real sad.
It is. They're skying up out of here.
What do y'all need to do? I don't even know how to
'Cause
tell you
it's a thing
to
of
fix
not-
this because
it's not
at this
even
point,
money.
I know it's not
That's-
even about.
yeah.
That's the key.
That's
They could care less how much
about the
money
money.
you're paying them. They're still ready to go.
Yep.
Mm,
So
mm.
it's internal, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
So there's something there that we may not get the privilege of knowing. But if anybody wants to leak a secret to us, we would love to hear about it. Please
It
give
might
me a
put it in
call.
the touchy subject.
Please give me a call. And maybe it could be a touchy subject, So,
Who
ladies
knows?
and gentlemen, it is now time for us to get into this touchy subject. We know that there's tons and tons of things going on. Remember that this portion of the show, we are definitely going to get away from those facts for a little bit. And we're just going to have fun. We're going to give our opinions about something. And we
Yup.
want you to do exactly the same thing because there are people out there who need our help
They do.
with things that are going on in their head each and every day. So it's Thursday. It's time for Tennille's touchy subject. I hadn't had time to give this one a title, but
And I'm
we're
in
just
here.
gonna jump. We're just gonna jump right on into it. Okay? It's okay.
Okay, let's go with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, says Dear Tennille, my pastor has been liking my daughter's Instagram pics.
Mm.
She is legal by age, but I don't know how I feel about this. Now, this is really, really simple, ladies and gentlemen. This is a parent who's concerned for their child, and they're attending this man's church, which means this man has been in direct contact with this child probably since they were 4 or 5 years old. Watched them grow up. I'm sure she's a teen, what is it? A young adult.
Mhm.
So
She
she's
said
probably
she's of
posting a
age.
couple of suggestive photos, if you will, selfies and whatever else. And your pastor is going on liking these videos, X, Y, and Z. How do we feel about the pastor liking sexy photos on social media? Period. Let's just go with period. Before we even relate it to the daughter, let's say period.
So here's my thing. People tend to forget that. Now I know that they're held to a certain standard, absolutely, because you're the man.
Correct.
Of the
And
cloth.
you chose.
You chose to accept the calling, as some people say, or to
your
be
choice.
right, or to become a pastor. Now, people tend to forget that you are still human. You're still a man.
Are you?
You're still a man that has been held to a certain standard.
Correct.
Now,
I'm with you. I'm with you so
you
far.
with me so far?
I'm with you.
Okay. So with that being said, because you are a man of the cloth, because you're held to a certain standard, that's where it comes in that you should not be doing that. However, on the other side of that, you're still a man. And men are visual creatures.
Hey.
So you can't tell me that he ain't sitting in the
Men are
pulpit
visual creatures,
watching stuff.
but I definitely do not want my pastor up there getting alerts.
Well, no.
Wait, he in the pulpit getting alerts. Because
Why
Instagram,
man got to be in the
Instagram
pulpit?
don't stop. Instagram don't stop.
Well, why you got to be in the pulpit looking at his
He
phone
in
and
the
pictures
Instagram.
up?
He back there while the associate pastor praying. He trying to look down at his phone, see that your daughter text him back. Come on, man.
Now, is she text? Now, see, you done took it to a whole nother level.
You know that's
If
what
you
I do because
texted
this is
her-
what I'm just saying.
Now, wait a minute now.
Listen.
What's the other part to the story to do?
No, we ain't getting to that part yet. Here's the next piece. Here's the next piece.
See, I can't stand up.
Your daughter is sitting here knowing she can see
Uh-huh.
her pastor
Uh-huh.
is hitting her up
On the IG, sliding
on the
her DMs.
IG. He
Sliding
might
her
not have
DMs.
said anything, but they call that prepping or priming. What do they call it when you're trying to entice a young girl into liking certain things? Because he's probably
really?
pulling up. He's probably pulling up in his Benz. He probably looking good. He probably single. That's another reason I don't really believe in single senior pastors. If your wife did not pass away, I don't really believe in that.
Really?
I think he should be married. I know that a lot of churches, especially when it comes to the Catholic faith, believe in, the man being solely and focused on God. But like you said, they are human. They have needs. I'd love to see a pastor and his family coming through stunting. You know what I'm saying? His kids have learned to incorporate it into their lives. It sets an example for the community. I don't want the community to think it's okay to be up there single, not living a full cycle life. Then that's when we start having the pedophilia and all this kind of stuff coming in, because you're trying to sneak and hide behind closed doors. And right now I kind of feel like that's what this man is doing. He's probably, not too savvy when it comes to social media. He doesn't realize that his people are seeing that he's over here watching the booty shaking videos. He's just liking. He's just liking. He's liking what he see, and he's a man. But he needs to do that behind closed doors. If you're the pastor, and definitely not anybody in your congregation.
That part.
Somebody's daughter. I would not be able to give this man a dime when it came to tithes. I would not think in my head that he was doing any of the things that were right.
True. Now, just to put a little, wrench in your
okay, throw it in there.
Talking about you want to see the pastors with the family and all that stuff, but here lately those scandals have been coming out with those married pastors who are sleeping with women in the church.
Very true, but I would rather you give me that representation of the family man who's had kids, who's going to pass it on to generations and X, Y, and Z. But when you have that single man who really can be out there doing whatever he wants, he's single. I'm a firm believer, if you single, you married. Okay? And that's fine. You can say you're married to the good book, because there's a lot of them that say that.
That's true.
You're married to the good book and that's all you need and whoop-de-whoop. But you're still doing something behind them closed doors, trying to get away with it, and that's fine and dandy. But this has snuck out. This has gotten out. I want to know, did he try to hit the mama first? Is this a single mother?
You're holding some information.
How you know I'm holding some information? I might have decided not to hold any information today.
She hold it back, y'all. She has another part to this. Come on.
Okay.
See what I tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, he did slide in the DM.
See, I knew it had to be more than just that.
And asked her out. He wants to take it public. So now, do we think about it? Hold on. Do we think about it the same way? She's an adult. He's an adult. He's single. She's single.
Oh, so
your daughter single. Got chose. What? Only players get chose. Hold on 1 second. Your daughter got chose out of the congregation. He went, followed her on social media.
Okay.
He's liking her pics, I guess, to let her know that he's interested. So how do we feel about him now? He's just a single man out there trying to, come up with that wife. He want to make a family, so he needed a girl that was young who could bear some children.
Well, so
this your pastor.
So if he's a young man, because now that's how millennials communicate.
Okay.
They
communicate through social media.
Exactly. They don't do like we used to do back in the day, what's your phone number? It's like, oh, what's your Instagram?
He been stalking her on Instagram.
What now? But is he stalking her?
Yeah, that's always stalking. I call it stalking.
Well, he slid in her DMs and asked her out though.
He did. So now he's no longer a stalker. He put it out there.
Yeah.
He wanted to know what she was gonna say.
And he's single, and now we kind of know that. I think it's fine because he's still a man. How else he gonna get a wife?
I know. I just wanted to give y'all a bunch of drama.
Oh my gosh!
I think at this point, the mom or whoever's writing this, the mom or the dad, they're upset because it's their daughter. Yeah. And they have been looking at this man as a pillar of their society, X, Y, and Z, and they don't see their daughter with that, with the pastor being a pastor's wife. They don't see that for her, know, and most of us don't. We want her to come down with the doctor and the lawyer who go, travel around, she's going to be a little trophy wife. That part. That is how you see your kids going off, You don't think about your pastor, and you probably feel a little bit violated because, again, you have let this little girl grow up in the church there. I don't know how long he's been the senior pastor of this church.
That's the other part. Is he old? Now, if he's old,
that's a difference. That makes a difference.
Yes.
I wouldn't think that you would be a person of ageism who wants to.
I am.
You are.
Yes.
You say if he's old, so what are we calling old? Plus 50, plus 60? What are we talking?
Plus 60.
Okay, plus 60.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because I'm 51, so I'm not old.
Okay.
But maybe like 70s. Because like you said, if she grew up in the church, that means he was in his 30s or something. And, oh, baby girl.
What I would like to know, because the daughter clearly told the mom, Pastor such and such, hit me up on a DM. I would like to know at this point, what is somebody over there saying? Bridget just started laughing.
B. Jones has been going off. He's been going off since we've been talking. I just saw this. But he says, out of MFing line, especially if my child was raised by him in the church. But if they're close in age, it's open. And I agree. If they're close in age, it's open. So that's the part that we don't know. But if he's old, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And he saw her at 4, and now
she's been growing up. Yeah. And, you've been cultivating this situation. You see her in the church, and you try to say,
now you want to
come through, little mom.
No,
that's definitely not right.
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, today's touchy subject was very touchy until we say it got a little better.
Yeah,
knowing the fact that he went ahead and reached out instead of just liking the Insta pics. But if my daughter, this is what the story was, your daughter was receiving likes from the pastor of your church. You did not tell me how long they had been going to this church. They did not tell me the age of these two people. So all we can do is assume, okay? Right. And I'm going to hope and pray that she's 20 and he's 32. Something of that nature. 22, that is still. Let's do 22. Can we do 22, 24? 24 and
32.
Let's do that. Let's try to say that. But if he's a single guy, he's definitely going to be reaching out to people. I do not think he should have taken it to social media. He could have probably just went ahead with the DM and not been liking the photos. But we don't know what he was trying to prove there, okay?
And then the mom could be upset too because
it was somebody she was interested in.
Maybe that's not what I was going to say.
Maybe she was interested in
What I was going to say was because of how culture is, she did not like the way he went about it and probably felt like, just come talk to me or talk to her on the side.
Yes.
Instead of liking. But I said he
can't show attention really in the church the way things are set up these days
he's
too.
a millennial though, in his 30s, because that's how they communicate.
That's how they communicate through Instagram.
Through
so
social
ladies
media.
and gentlemen, I'm going to give my conclusion is if they are in similar age, then it's okay with me. I think that it's fine. He's got to find a wife some kind of way. Okay.
Exactly.
So how long is that video, if I may ask? Because I would love to squeeze that thing in here if we could. We went to Little Baby's Little Baby's coat giveaway, if you will. And we would like to show you a little video Bridget did. She talked to my brother's keeper, and then we're just going to let the show run out on that. So we will talk to you next week.
Hey guys, this is Bridget with I'm Just Saying Live Morning Show, and we are out here at Little Baby's Warm Wishes event, and I am standing next to Steven with my brother's keeper.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, so you guys are in on this, right?
Yep.
All right, what that you have in your hand there? What's special?
So one of the proclamation by the city of Houston. This is our mentoring program in partnership with Little Baby's Warm Wishes. So we're excited. Thank you guys for coming out.
Of course. Tell us a little bit about my brother's keeper.
Okay, my brother's keeper is a mentoring program. We mentor young men from the ages 14 through 19, right around the corner, walking distance, Jack Eggs High School. You see, I got the Jack Eggs.
Yes.
So, we're looking for mentors. Any males that's watching it, 21 and up, and you want to mentor, we made mentoring so easy. Where now mentoring, because we realized that the COVID and the pandemic kind of gave us a setback, but what we did is we turned all that to positive and said, how can we still connect to these guys? Because we realized that social distance doesn't mean emotional distance. So what we want to do is pair them up by text messages, email, FaceTime, any type of Zoom meetings, any type of creative way that we can facilitate, because we're going to do the program. We're going to facilitate things for you guys to come, and we're going to do our part. We just want Karen adults to do their part.
So how can you get in touch?
All right, you can get in touch with me at 832-282-8526. I'm that personal where you want a mentor, just give me a call, shoot me a text, say, hey, I saw you on a podcast show, or I saw you doing an interview. Just call me, 832-282-8526.
Well, thank you so much, Steven. I'm just saying live.
Aren't you glad you got to see our beautiful faces again? Ladies and gentlemen, we have one thing that we left out that was super duper important to the Edge. They are going to be here at Midtown having an open mic night. Okay,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, I know that y'all love these types of events. Starts at 5 p.m. Okay, 5 p.m. Be here or be a whole square. Okay.
She said a whole square.
If you don't show up, you're a square. Just that part.
Yeah, just that part.
415 West Gray Street. It's going to be going down right here in the city. We can't wait to see all of our friends and neighbors out here on the patio. We're going to be
We'll
chilling,
be
having
here.
some drinks.
Yeah.
Some food will be going. And
Some
remember,
Bible
it's free
reviews.
admission. You're going to get some music. You're going to have some
Interviews.
open
also.
mic and
Yeah.
some interviews.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot going on here. So make sure you come on down to the edge at 415 West Gray Street. That is this Saturday. Okay? So it starts at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Be here, be a square.
A
All
whole
right?
square.